welcome back to another episode of World War Selection. Joining me today is Excalibur.
Hello everyone. Glad to be here.
And today we'll be reviewing a game with Imperial against DiCaprio's team, Wolves Erection.
Indeed, let's have a look at the map and reveal it. There we go. And you can see here who we got in the Wolves Erection today.
Of course, we have the one and only DiCaprio, a very popular player, Kazimierz, Tromus, Croron 4, he used to play a lot too, F4K, Pius, another popular player, Bronek, and of course, it couldn't be without Mafushe.
Indeed, and in the Imperial team, we've got the one and only X Factor Live, Kuchi, Cheese Wheel Lord, Mongi, yourself, Pideon, Sash Corin, Tapiro, and the World War Selection itself. So we both kind of know what's kind of happening in this, gonna happen in this game, but however, we only know from our first perspective. So today we'll actually be able to see what kind of happened everywhere else that we didn't have our eyes.
Yes, exactly, and I am sure it will be fun to see what our teammates have done and to see the game from enemy's perspective. Now, what do you think of the map so far?
Well, this one is a straightforward 4 and 4. So we got 4 front lines and 4 mid/back lines. Maybe these guys borderline back line and then the others are mid lines, but I haven't seen one like this so far.
So, what I expect from a map like this, from every other team, basically a lot of aggression. Everyone is so close to each other, there's no chance there will be any defensive plays unless from 1 or 2 players rushing some Middle Ages.
Yeah, I've got over next to me, I'm against Mafusha. So that's the defense master. And of course, we've seen in tournaments the bulwark, non-stop bulwark Russia. And then Mongi's below me, and he's going to be up against Krolon. And below Mongi's Sash Corin, and he's going to be up against Pius. And below Sash, we've got Cheese, and he's going to be up against Tromus. I don't know too much about Tromus, but from what he's built so far, I like the walls. He's got the pits up. His temple's quite early, and he's going Europe, which is, what do you think about that?
It is quite a weird choice, seeing that he's very close to his opponent, and Europe usually is a bit slower at aging, especially by having the worker time increased by 3 seconds, I suppose. I think that's right. And also everything is more expensive, of course. So this is a very risky play, but maybe, just maybe with the help of his backline, they can manage it to work.
I just want to point out that my warriors are out on the other side before everybody else is. Just wanted to point that out. First attacker, ready to go.
A very nice play, as we can see.
Yeah.
And what I'm expecting from this game, especially on the top side, is exactly exchanging units, but also at the same time not losing too many of them. Because when you do early rushes, you want to make sure you do the most damage you can with the least amount of resources spent.
Here we go. We've got a double team with Mongi attacking with me, and we managed to take out 1 pit, possibly another pit. But we are met with slingers at this moment.
Meanwhile, so far it's going very well. On the bottom though, Pius is going into an unprotected base of Sashkering. He needs to get those bulwarks out quickly, because Pius can just get into his wood line and do a massive amount of damage. But no, he chooses to fight in the bulwarks, fighting alongside the warriors of Sashkorin, and the damage doesn't seem that high, honestly. He will break the portyard, I think. No, Sashkorin did repair the portyard.
No, that was fine. We've got Cheese Wheel Lord doing some damage over here as well. We've got backline warriors helping out by the looks of it. That would be DiCaprio. Okay, Cheese is causing some trouble over there. Who we've got over here? We've got Mongi. Is that me as well? It's very hard to click these. Yep, we're both at the back.
Too.
So we're causing some trouble in the back line there. Now we've got more warriors coming in here. So at this moment, it looks like Imperial is really on the aggression side. Got Tapiro here and doing some serious damage. The back line over here with the X Factor, even he has gone warriors and is going to be doing some damage. Pition, I don't see anything from Pition unless he built up front. No, it looks like. Am I saying Pition? No. Yeah, it's you. What were you doing?
I have picked a safer approach, as suggested by X Factor in this game, to go fully onto Ronins and push out the backline, which we'll see how it goes. So far, though, the havoc was made and a lot of damage was caused to the opposing team of Imperial. But, however, it's very early in the game and everything can change with just a few seconds. Okay. We'll see how this attack goes. If there's nothing done from it, there's a high possibility of a counter-attack. And will they go for a stipe?
You might be able to. So these are X Factor Spearmen, and accompanying them is Sashkarin. So I think they might be able to get something done. Singers are here. They are defending. Looks like there's more coming in as well. Sashkarin is also joining this, but that was defended off.
But X Factor, however, has went further into the backline, where everyone is just focused on those warriors attacking those houses. We can see that he's already moving closely to the green opponent.
The Capra is there. There's no gap, so he's going to have to. Ooh, nice wall.
Very nice. A lot of resources safely handled, but the houses does go down.
Yes, he tried to repair, but it was not enough. That was weird. He went to. Right, so that's going to annoy DiCaprio a little bit here. He's going to have to try and defend. He doesn't really have any units. He's got that one tower, which is a bit too far away. So he's going to be running away his workers, and eventually that will be cleared up. Meanwhile, we do have another attack over here, which is not going to get too much done. There is towers, and Kazimaz is actually doing some aggression attacking here, but there is too many bulwarks by Mongi. I think Mongi will be safe, and he has a wall as well, which is nice.
I feel like his base building is really great this game, I have to admit it. And everyone seems to be doing kinda fine despite losing a ton of workers, which in the longer run may hurt them, as it always takes some time back from going into further ages. However, the slingers and archers are slowly pushing off the warriors, which they are basically natural counters to them.
I think so far it's kind of the attacks have been successful from the Imperial, but nobody's died on the other side.
They were pretty successful. However, DiCaprio is completely out of the game for about 1 minute, as he had to basically move his workers the entire map just to run away from X Factor.
Yeah, and the last spearman just died as you were speaking, so that's how long it's been. And then look at this, we've got Kuchi with some legionaries.
At 7-10 minutes, very well.
So he tried to move in, but there was too much, so he's trying to move back so the rest of the army from the other players can come in and defend them as well, because as you can see, there is a huge army from Walls Erection here trying to stop that. They're ready for the legionary attack, so that's well played by the Walls Erection there, stopping that. And anything happening at the bottom here, just units going back and forth, but this is the main fight here at the moment.
The legionaries will though outrun those archers and cause some serious damage to Mafusha. Let's see how he can defend it. He is known as one of the best defensive players in the game after all, but can he stop so many legionaries at once?
Alright, what's Kuchi gonna go for? He tried to go for a temple, but decided not to. What can he actually go for here? Houses, shooting ranges. He's trying to get some worker kills there. That's it. I mean, this is well defended. There's a ton of archers in here. There's towers. Not too much damage was done.
Kuchi has to run away as the defense simply was too much. 2 armies of archers, if not 3, and so many towers is just too much for him to handle alone with a few archers from his companions, of course. But there we go. Ron is coming in already, destroying workers from DiCaprio, which is already a bit farther away from his teammates due to X Factor.
Nice timing. What we got here? 20 minutes.
20 minutes, 20 Ronins it is.
We do have some horsemen from back, but they're just normal
The damage
horsemen.
is just pathetic compared to those Ronins. They cannot do anything.
Yeah. Are they upgraded yet, your horsemen, or...?
Of course, they are upgraded. Although the wall does protect DiCaprio, and I need to move on into another opponent.
That's not going to happen too much there. I see some red moving into this base from all directions. But let's go back to your horses, which are trying to get into DiCaprio's base. But DiCaprio is repairing it very well at the moment, spreading those workers.
Almost taking most of his workers. The archers are just too much to handle, and of course the best choice is to go for another opponent.
Yeah, that's that. And then we've still got pressure from the front here. Mafusha defending his best he can. Got some forward towers as well for vision. So the vision game is good at the moment. Some more units coming over here from the bottom. Cheese Wheel Lord bringing in some heavy archers, but archers don't do damage to the base. They are good for defense and to push with units that can do damage. But here we go, Piteons in. You're
Getting
in.
some workers, helping out the front line. As keep in mind, those archers right now are not pushing out the attackers at the front, but instead have to defend their base, which gives a lot of time to my companions.
He's not farming any food there. That's gonna hurt him. That's really gonna hurt him. And now it's back to normal. Did those horses get stuck?
They did.
Yeah, that can happen.
Unluckily,
Oh,
there is.
big movement over here.
DiCaprio only at 40 workers at the moment, which isn't quite good for him. But the heavy push from at least 3 players is just overwhelming at the moment.
This is 4 people over here.
4 people against just 2 armies. I don't think even the production can handle this, and this will slowly push away.
And you can see from the map, everybody's moving to this location here. Slowly moving. And this is where the big fight's gonna happen.
It's just like a crack in the wall. Basically, everyone found an entry point and is just pushing in constantly. We need to see some action from DiCaprio, otherwise this will just go down.
It's too difficult. He's too behind at the moment. What has he got to be able to do
He
any
has
damage?
went West Europe. The only thing he can do right now is either upkeep the legionary spam, but it is not the best case scenario, as spamming onagers from maybe 6 factories would help massively against those archers.
100% onagers would be the perfect choice here, but look at it. He's got 0 food.
And it doesn't seem like his friends can help him out with those resources either.
Nope. Alright, some more horses from you going up north
That is
this time.
Tepiro, not me this time.
Ah,
I am pretty sure by now I should be getting some mounted samurai soon. There is action in the left bottom corner though.
they are going to try and meet up here. We do see Cheese trying to build more, get some more towers for vision, which is what you need to do, because at the moment the red is overwhelming the yellow, which is nice. We've got action here at the bottom. That's Imperial's winning there.
Take a look at the bases too. There's so much damage being done to the workers while he's trying to defend the push from Cheese Wheel Lord.
Oh, Kuchi with a snipe with swords. So where's the damage?
I feel like it's a bit too late, but
Yeah.
the damage has been done no matter what, and you cannot invert that. More
horses.
Ronnie is coming from Tepiro,
We're deep in.
but despite
we're deep in the enemy lines here at the moment, doing a lot of damage in every direction. I mean, they're not getting any breather at the moment, but we do have this.
The mounted samurai are here.
Yeah.
And do keep in mind that despite all this damage that has been done, due to mounted samurai's powerful damage and speed, everything can still go for their side. Many houses fall down too, which is obviously very, very bad for the opponent, but maybe with some help from those horses, they can still manage to win.
I mean, the whole of their front line, other than Mafusha here, is being attacked, and even here we go. Oh no, they're X Factor ones. Where are your ones? Did you got them
at the bottom? Yes, I was helping Cheese push out at this moment to clear all the repairing workers, and I did manage to score a few. Right now, probably just managing eco and waiting, because you never want to go with those horses into the enemies. They just get stuck and fall down quickly. But look at this, Mongi getting his Ashigarus, destroying more and more houses, while X Factor is just running around the whole map, depleting the resources and killing those workers. But at the same time, we have enemy mounted samurai men coming and killing some food workers, which is basically the most important resource in Asia at the moment.
They didn't get too many workers. I had enough towers there to hide them quickly, and the towers eventually killed them off. So it was fine. It was fine. That wasn't too much damage.
The force is gone, and so will be workers. Sadly, even after all this damage, DiCaprio couldn't have his comeback and is forced to receive even more punishment from those horses.
This is what I like to see. Springolds coming in with the attack, some siege. Instead of just coming in with archers and just exchanging units, when you bring the siege, you actually start doing some damage. Not too sure what this guy's doing over here all by himself, but he's killing some workers. Oh, he's got some legionaries with him. Okay.
It was a lot of damage done.
Yeah.
About 6 workers maybe died. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it can add up. And sadly, he loses even more.
Oof.
Despite all his tries, it was just not enough. And the mounted samurai going in, straight into the eco once more, while Cheese just focuses on pushing, and the enemy has to choose. Either he sends his army to defend the eco, or he sends the army to defend his base.
Good, we've got both X Factor and Mongi here, right all the way in the back line. How Mongi got there, I don't know. And we've got some samurais coming in from Mongi as well. Jesus, Mongi's everywhere.
He seems to be shining at this moment.
What a catch.
And there we go. Just like fishing for a big fish, he has found his big amount of workers on the iron.
Got something going on here. We've got some sneak attack from the top here with some mounted samurais onto coaches.
He is about to lose a ton, as those mounted samurai can easily destroy this tower, and I don't think anything can be done for those workers unless the enemy will choose not to kill them.
X Factor's samurais are still in the background, still doing damage. Not in the background, but the back line. And we also got, he's got more here as well.
Very smart spreading. Half army on one side of the map, another half on the other. And just workers are still being depleted. They cannot pass H as they don't have enough workers. We can see Russian from Kuchi, which will be very scary as those death sites are quite powerful with enough defense, of course.
Yeah,
and there we go, a hole in the wall.
I think that is the first industrial. No, we do have industrial from you as well. I don't know who got there first. Let's have a look at the population upgrade. You're about 30%. Kuchi's about... Oh, that's a tight one, isn't it? I don't know who got there first. Do you remember?
I'm pretty sure Kuchi was first, but it was massively due to me sending a ton of resources in this game. I think I've sent over 30,000 resources to different players.
Samurais are still trying to pester Kuchi here, but I think he might be okay. He's hiding the workers there, which is nice. He's slowing them down. He has hit Industrial. No other player on the other side has hit. Oh, we do have an India. But he was attacked, so he might be in a little bit of trouble. And
the boats do help him a lot, though. Keep in mind, boats are very, very helpful, especially on such a game mode where basically you can be attacked at any moment. They are just passively gathering resources at all times.
Now to Samurai, still all the way in the back line here. That's going to be worth the weight in gold to have that at the back there to be able to do some damage. Piteon over here looking for something to kill. Probably going to this base. There's a lot of towers.
I think I have spotted some workers creating the stables, and obviously the first thing you wanna do is stop that stable production, because those mounted samurai, even if you are industrial, can destroy you if you don't have any MG towers.
So at this point, instead of, I was going for mounted samurais as well, but then I switched to horse archers as well, and so I can chase down their mounted samurais. I think that works quite well.
It is a very smart decision, yes.
Here we go. I see juicy workers here. I see not at the top though. Maybe over here. Oh, here comes the archers. They see it. There's a lot of towers, and
sadly the horses are getting stuck too often on those warehouses.
Yeah,
6 or 5 horses being stuck, nothing that can be done about it.
That was unfortunate.
But there was some damage, about 6 workers killed, better than 0. But some armies of archers are still coming from you alongside Kuchi's cannons, which are quite powerful if defended well. Going to attack Mafusha, the king of defense.
I saw the cannons and I thought, what are they doing on their own? So that's why I brought in the archers. Didn't look right that they're on their own. They could easily get sniped. I mean, there's mounted samurais running around, for God's sakes. Kuchi, come on. It's like going out naked. Getting your clothes. Right, we've got some horse archers. They're not going to do much of an impact, are they, on their own? I don't really find horse archers an aggressive unit. More for defense, if anything. What do you think?
I think that they can be useful if you want to shoot over some terrain, maybe over a tree line to just catch your enemy off guard. But however, at this stage of the game, you need to look at the map and know that everyone has vision over everything, and doing sneaky stuff is not really the best choice of action.
Okay, so we've got Kuchi's archers up here, and his cannons are dying over here. Kuchi.
It is a big loss, but let's keep in mind that the Imperial has a lot of mines at this point, most likely, while the other team is not even... well, they have 1 or 2 IR, but most of them do struggle on this iron now.
Wow, that's a lot of elephant huts, houses, right?
It is quite a lot, but I still think he should even have double the amount, if not triple. And I wouldn't be surprised if he will be getting more.
I mean, it's so far nobody has actually died. It's nearly 40 minutes in and there's still battles going on. And do we have any more industrial from the background? I think there is a Chinese. Yeah, we've got China over here.
There is China, yes. And this China is quite a powerful choice against East Asia, as it will just constantly push out.
He might be trying to get mounted guardsmen, possibly. But against the elephants, mass elephants, they're not going to be that great.
And we can see actually the bottom side being pushed out of Imperial teams. And now it seems like they have a bit of strength, but how long will that stay? I don't know.
Well, they're coming in with the horse archers. I mean, if he converts them into mounted guardsmen,
it will do quite a lot of damage, yes.
But Don't think.
However,
he
they
won't.
still have to look after their workers as the mounted samurai just keep coming in.
And it'll be impossible to convert them now that they're in enemy lines because we got all the vision. You kind of have to do that once, like where we can't see it basically. That's my temple all the way back here, by the way, just to let everybody know. I'm frontline, my temple at the back, walled up, well, sort of walled up. It was walled up, the trees vanished and destroyed my wall. And just chasing down the horse archers at the back here, not to let them get too much damage done. Meanwhile, somebody's getting attacked here. Who's that? Mongi's getting attacked by mountain samurais, losing his farm. So, Walls Erection is not giving up just yet. They are.
It seems like Imperial is getting a lot of damage done. Look at those elephant houses from X Factor. They sustained a ton of damage just a moment ago.
I forgot where they are.
They are below the middle, exactly. No, that's like the bottom. Go to the middle and go just slightly downwards.
Oh.
There we go. As you can see, only 5 left.
Okay, yeah. Alright, here we go. We've got hand cannons coming in from Mongi, and he's going to be trying pushing against Krolon. If he can defeat this archer army here, he might be able to get into...
No.
Oh, no.
I think that was a big misclick, and he sadly lost all of his hand cannons for no reason.
Yeah, and his backup coming as well from the Capro there. Big armies attacking here at the bottom. Where are the elephants gone? They're in the middle, aren't they? X Factor's not moving just yet with his elephants.
He wants to match them up. The more you get, the stronger they become. Essentially, when you have a lot of them, they become such mini death size that nothing can go past them.
Here we got the Red Devils coming in from Kuchi.
Doing a ton of damage.
But there are armored cars here from Kazuma's.
However, Red Devils should be a nice counter to those armored cars, as they can kinda stop them from moving.
If they can catch him. If they can catch him, but I don't know why they're sitting here. They need to go and start doing some eco damage, or even going, knowing that there are war factories here, he needs to go and sit outside and kill anything that comes out. More horses here. Oh, they're from me. Right,
seems like you did a good job helping him, depleting all of those archers quite easily.
Oh, that was a nice hit against the hand cannons before they did too much damage to the elephants. That was a nice combo.
And X Factor right now is pretty much safe. Only a few hand cannons left as his army pushes in further and further into the enemy lines. But Pirates is getting more hand cannons at this moment, and if they have a balloon tower, it will be really hard for X Factor to push through.
Alright, we've got some battle going on here. They're going to get surrounded. The cannons are going to go down. The archers are going to go down. We've got... Is it just you and...
It is just me. Cheese is currently, I think, struggling with his resources a bit. And we're just trying to slow this down as much as possible. Although we have a big wall on the whole map which blocks everyone from passing. This is the biggest difference in this game, I think. Imperial team has walls set around the whole map, essentially blocking their backline players from getting hard, while the Walls Erection team has a rather more selfish defense mechanism where they just block in their bases for themselves.
Alright, they're in trouble. We do have India as well over here from Pius, but he's got elephants outside his door and a lot of infantry as well. I mean, this army is not going to do any damage to the buildings, that's for sure, but it will completely destroy all these archers that are coming in. And meanwhile, at the bottom, we've got a huge attack from Walls Erection with cannons and archers, but they're met with
At this point, it is sadly too late. Too many elephant houses are at the bottom to get past, and the elephants will just be coming out like militiamen.
And we've got Sikhs.
And they do not have any vision. Keep in mind, they are shooting blindly into whatever their units see, while we have a nice pool of vision on the bottom.
As you were saying, go on.
Those some armored cars going into Kuchi's base, they can do some hefty damage if not seen.
I guess the war game wasn't that great in the north.
The damage is just being done back and forth.
So much for the Great War in the north. Wow, okay, this base looks like it got destroyed. I think X Factor is ready to move on to the next person with his mass elephants. I mean, they're trying to chase him, but that's not going to do anything. They shoot and move. And he's also got backup here as well from Mongi. And
this base is basically out of the game right now. More Red Devils coming from Kuchi.
Kuchi's in trouble though.
He needs a lot of towers. He needs those MG towers to help his workers. However, head cannons are coming from Imperial, and if those armored cars do not move, they will be gone.
They moved. They moved.
And they ran out of the way.
Yeah.
Very nicely done.
Big attack now. Big attack here. And Tromus is in trouble. I don't think they will have an answer for this, but they look like they might do here, but it's not enough, is it? They're going to need 20 hand cannons.
The amount of elephants is just overwhelming, and I'm pretty sure Cheese is on his way with some workers to get some towers and get vision above the enemy. There we go, there we go. A first tower coming in right inside his base.
Oh, these are your elephants. And uses the mountain samurais. They're yours as well, so this is mainly you. With Cheese
with
Rule
Cheese adding some defense. Always nice.
Alright, so
the devs are quite scary.
Here. So we got about, there's 3 different, oh god, whose is this? Tapiro? Oh mate, that's not
There's
nice.
just too many at this point. Those hand cannons cannot even handle it. But at least we have a balloon tower so he can see it.
There is, yes there is. But yeah, he's gonna have to go somewhere else, but I think the damage might be done. That's a lot of armored cars. They are very quick.
At this point though, I think it's 6v8, so it might be hard. But if they defend for another 20 minutes, there will be a draw.
Oof,
and this is what they need to go for. The armored cars got blocked, perfectly countered, and the army is pushing it.
Instant death. Okay, Red Devils with armored cars. Ouch.
Total
ouch,
distraction.
Ouch. And I think we're seeing people dropping out, and they've had enough. It's too much. It's too much for them to handle at this moment.
Union just flying everywhere, pouring into those enemy bases.
What an epic game this was, I have to say. I mean, nobody died early, so it wasn't a 7 versus 8. And
everyone had a chance. And GG it is. Well played to everyone. GG. What do you think was the key moment in this game that turned the tides around?
Okay, so at the beginning we were aggressive, which was good, which we kept them on their toes a little bit. The attack at the back into DiCaprio's base with the spearmen by X Factor, that helped us because their backline couldn't get those big units out quick enough to do any damage to us, so that was good. And I think from the beginning we were slightly ahead all the time because of that early aggression.
Exactly, we can remember that DiCaprio had no resources whatsoever the entire game because he was just being harassed and harassed non-stop. The biggest difference though, overall in team-wise, I think was the usage of vision. Keep in mind, Imperial had overall most vision in the entire game, and the enemy team, Wars Direction, didn't have any balloons most of the time, causing Imperial to just go in without any trouble. No fire, nothing was done to those units.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think everyone did a good job, and War's Erection did have a chance to win with those Mountain Samurai going into the backline and killing some workers, especially at Kuchi's side and Mongers.
Well, I would say the one thing that we could have improved there was I didn't even realize he put his stables at the top here.
That is a lot of stables, yes.
That is a lot. I was going to say we didn't wall up the north side enough, and that could have really damaged us. It wasn't the perfect game, let's just say. If we did wall up the north better, so the horses didn't get in the back, the armoured cars didn't get in the back, I think that would have been even better. So that's something to learn as we move forward in the 8v8 tournament.
Exactly, I must agree with you. Right. And well, why don't we go on another game?
Yep, let's get into another one. And here we go into the second game of the Imperial clan, and they're going to be matched up against one of the Chinese players, not the chess one, the other one, I forget the name of. And it looks like it's a top versus bottom game here. Let's have a look at the roster.
From the Imperial team, of course, we've got X Factor, Kuchi, Cheeseweed North, Monger, Piteons, Shashkoing, Tepero, and Pizza. The most famous setup, I think.
100%. And in the Chinese team, who have we got?
We've got Temple, of course. Some names
rest.
I cannot pronounce, sadly. And yes. and out the bottom.
Yes. And this map, let's have a look at this map. It's choppy, let's just say. There's a lot of sea scattered around, and the players look like
resources.
And the players look like they're scattered around. I would say the worst position to be in is probably over here in the corner. Although you got fish. Lots of fish, but you're going to have to move. You're going to have to take this area. Where is the iron? There's no iron. He's going to have to move out to get the iron, and that might leave him a bit exposed.
We could also see a lot of animals blocking the way to those resources. There were a few alligators and tigers and boars, which will make it way harder than it should be.
He's even got some cows.
Very nice spawn for the start, and especially for the warrior rush.
Temple here would be quite nice, but that's that guy.
That is Cheese, if I remember correctly.
Yep, that's Cheese, and next to Cheese will be you.
It is me, it is I.
Okay, so you've got your iron at the back. Okay, so you're gonna have to travel a bit to get to that iron. Yep, I don't see anything much else that's close. You do have some food here.
The cows will be useful, yes, indeed.
Yeah,
although those alligators make us some trouble.
Double iron there. At the moment, what do we got here? We got 4 front lines, 2 mid lines, 2 back lines. 4-2-2.
Exactly.
4-2-2
and
combo.
it looks like this map is quite the one for walling. We can see that those trees expand just perfectly to set up some nice walls so the enemies cannot go through. We'll see how the teams will use this advantage.
Although this side seems a bit open though, they're going to be in a bit of trouble here. And who's this over here on the left? That's Pizza.
This way, Pizza can soak up the damage, but he can surely defend his friends on the backside. Kuchi especially will do some damage. I think being at the most back with 2 players in front of him, I think he can get a ton of warriors going.
I agree. He will play the warrior game. He is midline. He's going to back up Pizza. I'm not too sure whether any of the Imperial team is going to go slingers. Sometimes 1 or 2 players tend to go slingers, and I'm not too sure. I think. What do you think about going slingers to defend if you're unsure of that you might get destroyed?
Well, obviously, you always have to look around the map and make sure you will be attacked or not. But I suppose sometimes you cannot know that, because even if you think you will be attacked, you may not because after all you're playing against humans. Although right now why slingers are worse is because they are now a defensive units with their health lowered and warriors being down a price of food. I think warriors are the superior choice because you can still defend somewhat, and after you defend you can cast a massive counterattack, whereas if you go slingers they can simply die to simple bulwarks as they do not deal any building damage.
I think pizza. Yeah, I was just about to say there's no extra food for pizza, and that's just as I was about to say that he's asking for food, and he needs it. He's got no bulwarks in his base for defense, and he's first person to be attacked. So that player is very, very aggressive. He's defended it off so far. We see another attack over here on the right against your base, by the looks of it.
He is causing some damage, mostly due to the hole that's between the tree line. It is not an easy place to base in, as it's very open and basically the enemy can come from any side, and the food isn't that close as well, so it's hard to get those bulwarks or rushing warriors. But, however, I think in the end it's good as long as you defend your backline so they can shoot out a massive push. And I think this is right now X Factor. No, it might be my units or X Factor's units. However, I think it's my warriors going around. Monger though right now is helping the push, doing some damage, and I am going for the food. Although I will have to fight this alligator,
and the warriors,
and this will cause me a lot of damage. Yes.
Meanwhile, on the left side, we see Pizza has defended and he's now pushing back up north. Kuchi, as you said, has helped and he's pushing up as well. He's going to the midline by the looks of it. We do have a temple up. He's Bronze Age over here and they're going to be pushing out quite hard. Oh, look at that. He sold his Stonecutter. So at 8 minutes, he's already ready to switch to Iron Age.
And as I was saying, as you can see, Pizza went warriors instead of slingers, and the amount of damage he has done on the left player is just insane. Right now, he's going around the map and doing some more damage to some other players.
Oh, look at this.
This front base is basically out of the game right now, as just 20 warriors can destroy all of those houses.
This guy is in pretty deep trouble. I think he might have put his temple at the back. He did put his temple at the back. Look at that. Look at that. And so he's going to stay alive. Meanwhile, on the right side, we have huge army from Cheese Wheel Lord and Piteon. And you guys are going to be heading up north here. We've got Mongi as well. Finding some workers possibly he's going to go for. I mean, there's a lot to go for here. There is nice defense with the bulwarks. We'll see how that goes in a second. Anything else happening anywhere else? We do see some beaconing here, but that's nothing happening there. There's an army over here. Looks like it's going back.
Which is, I don't think, the best choice of action, as Cheese basically doesn't have any defensive units in his base, and those are a lot of warriors you can just send to attack with. Now, there is some damage done to those fighting pits, although if you look inside the base, going for the temple snipe is just a death wish. There is simply just too many bulwarks. The best course of action is to pick off some buildings and head for another player.
Yep, take out the pit so they can't build any more army. They're forced to build Bronze Age barracks or shooting ranges, and they're out the game for a small amount of time, which is all you need, really. Okay, that's not going to happen. Nothing's going to happen here. There's a huge army going back. It's an overkill army going back here, I would say. And let's have a look at what else is
There's
happening.
a huge army on the left side, though, attacking the front base. I mean, not huge, but about 25 warriors, I suppose, from Pizza.
This could be
And there's
scary.
our army from Cheese, and I, of course, trying to snipe this player.
Ooh, we got some
The horses are going out from Shashkarin. They will be upgraded to Ronin, most likely. And like I said, the front base is out of the game. The snipe is being done right now.
I don't think it's enough. I really hate seeing this. A whole army of warriors going for a snipe, losing every single one, Not even exchanging an army while you did it. You lose everything. That was a bad move by Imperial. Could have just gone in here,
Sadly,
killed
I have
houses.
to agree with it.
Yeah.
We did take a lot of hope in this, and sadly it failed us. But at least we got some workers out of it.
Some. But we see stream of warriors now coming down from the Chinese team. Again from here. So they might meet up together. Look at that. Walls already going up for the front line, which is very nice to see. Cheese running out of food by the looks of it. We've got triple temple at the back here. We've got Cheese, Piteon, X Factor having a party at the back. Nicely done. So far, this has been a professional game.
Very good play from both sides, I have to agree. The Chinese are not giving in. They are attacking constantly and relentlessly, not giving any time to breathe. And right now, they're attacking from every side. Left side is being attacked as well as the right side.
Yeah, this is their time. This is their time. They finally got you guys out of their base, and now they need to get rid of their warriors. Basically, this is what this is about, and try and do as much damage as they can in the process to peer over here. But there's too much defense. I think not going to get too much done. The horses are out. Got army over here from Mongi. He's going to go and looking to go do some damage, but look at that. He's making this 2 armies chase him at the moment, which is great.
Yes, the Chinese should have just left those warriors go in and just defend with some towers. They might lose about 5 workers, but the amount of damage they can do with those 2 warrior armies is a lot more that they can lose.
Kuchi did get attacked here, but I think he's got enough towers.
The towers are very well placed too. They cover every single ground and help those workers escape.
Alright, here. Cheese Wheel Lord is gonna be in a
Losing
little bit of
at all.
trouble.
But the warriors from me are coming in to help him out. A huge army coming in from the left, of course. And I think after losing some workers, he might be fine.
There is so many attacks happening at the moment. We've got horses
And
up.
looks like there's an army going into the back line right now. From the Chinese, of course. I think they're
Ooh,
heading
the
straight
sneak
for
attack.
X Factor. And X Factor, however, is sending his legionaries up to the Chinese.
Okay.
Many legionaries, I think that's at least 15 at the moment.
So who is this guy? Let's try and find his base to see where he's at. If he's that medieval, he might be converting these to... not yet. That is his army.
But he will try to convert them looking at him. He's just
Stop.
taking his
gonna
time
stop.
standing in place.
Yep.
Out of the vision between those two.
Okay.
Perfectly placed his warriors to make sure they are not seen. And he will go for the upgrade.
There we go. Converting them to spearmen. We'll come
But
back
there
to
is just simply no vision.
that. Yeah, we...
However, the strong push is in. Warriors helping out the legionaries to take out any workers and archers trying to defend. And the legions will just do their damage.
But ideally with the legionary attack, you need archers to back them up, or slingers or something, just to back them up a little bit. That really makes a difference. Still waiting here. We're still waiting here. He's going to be nearly at medieval. Still more time.
Just
he's a bit delayed, I think.
20% more. Some damage might have been done there, or maybe it is just that he made a massive wall. But the legions are there now, and the damage they will do cannot be undone.
Okay, so we've still got warriors in play at the moment. From Tapiro, he might upgrade them. We'll see. Alright, here we go. I
There
think
it is.
bit too
The
late with the
Chinese
wall.
are trying desperately to make a wall to minimize the DPS. However, it is too late and my warriors are already going onto the workers. X Factor is simply sniping the temple as he should, and this will go down quickly as paper. There is even some spearmen from Cheese, I suppose, and right onto the other target.
Oh dear, and
The
this is-
spearmen are still there. Warriors pouring in into the enemy. There we go. Ashigaru coming in. Let's see what they can manage to do.
Alright. Looks like they're looking to snipe another player, but there is a wall, but I got a feeling there might be a gap.
Even though there is a wall, keep in mind Legionaries have insane damage compared to the low and pathetic armor of those walls.
You beacon the warehouse. Not too sure why. This is late. This Ashigaru attack is way too late. Not going to have an impact. I mean, look at this. Oh my god. At
That's
16
so much
minutes,
damage.
at 16 minutes, Warriors are going for a temple here.
I think this is not the right choice of action. There's too many workers around and there's spearmen just hitting them. They should have just went for the workers. The Ashigarus are there. Look at that. 3 players. There's a possibility to snipe 3 players at once, which would be a gold mine.
Yes.
But another one falls.
He's wasting time.
He's taking too much time. He's taking too much time destroying those useless buildings, and X Factor can just get those towers up nice and clean.
He shouldn't have done anything. Just run straight in, took out the temple,
Exactly.
Then
Yes.
it would have been nothing you could have done. There's no
Right now
army
he's
here.
just giving us time to set up those towers. He's killing the houses, which will stop the legionaries, but the towers will do the damage itself.
But something you need to consider: they can't see what we see. They can't see. They wouldn't have known that these two are still Bronze Age, Iron Age temples.
They can see that by looking at the ground, however.
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, they haven't scouted properly, but we cannot know that yet.
But he came
sadly.
here, he saw medieval buildings and thought, I'm too late. He should have maybe...
There is always a risk taken in.
Yeah. I was going to say you can go for the 2 guys up here, but your temples are down here, where he was, but he didn't know, so... That's a 200 IQ move by Imperial there.
And the army is just constantly pouring into this base. So many houses are down that Chinese cannot get any more units. But the Ashigarus are chasing a ton of legionaries, and I think they are slightly faster than them, so the legionaries should go down.
Now, this is what kind of happens now. If one person starts going for legionaries, and the counter is archers, but you also went for melee units like Ashigarus, so now you're in a situation of chasing down the legionaries with a whole army, and it's time consuming. I mean, he's going to do it. I mean, this is not going to do anything now. But the archers would have been better situation there, because the whole purpose of the Ashigarus is you need to do damage straight away before buildings become medieval.
Exactly. However, keep in mind that archers have to stop moving while shooting, which makes it easier for legionaries to outpace them, and just the DPS of Ashigaru helps a lot. However, at this moment, those 2 armies were basically not doing anything, so they're basically out of the game. Some more warriors come in at almost 20 minutes, which will not do anything.
He killed a warrior. I mean, he killed a worker.
1 worker went down, which is quite lucky.
Okay, so Chinese are down 2 players. They don't have too much of an answer here. I mean, Mountain Sunrise would be nice at this point, but I don't see that happening. They're too far behind at the moment. They're trying to upgrade the walls. They're trying to defend up. This guy's going to be in trouble on his own. All he has is walls, houses to defend.
And those houses can go down really quickly with any melee units.
Let's speed things up a bit. I think everybody's regrouping now. The armies I can see armies strolling up north here to start something. The Chinese players are trying to get back into this. They're trying to get the armies together, but they are being attacked.
However, Imperial is gaining a huge army on this side. I think the Chinese simply don't have the production so far, and the swordsmen are coming in for a quick snipe. going for the swordsman to make sure you can pass age because legionaries are more expensive, and I think swordsmen can be a bit faster than legions.
I feel that they are quicker, yes.
Which does solve the problem with Ashigaru sniping legions because of the movement speed.
Yeah. I mean, they do pretty good damage to buildings as well, so I don't see too much of a difference between the legionaries and the swordsmen, if I'm honest. They're just as bad when they come. Oh.
Militiamen went down to get some more space. Well, the thing is that swordsmen are worse at sniping because they just cannot sustain this archer fire. The armor difference is just too big, but they are fast and can kill just a bit of buildings and maybe an undefended town hall. However, legions are safer. They are more expensive, but they are safer.
Alright, we've got some samurai / Ashigaru combo here. Took down 4 shooting ranges in no time. It's going to head for the back line. Not sure what it's going to get. Might go for the naval. Yeah, it's going to go for the naval. Immediately.
Getting some resources on the side. But I think it's just not enough. The swordsmen are coming in and the damage is just insane. Those Iron Age units can easily snipe a medieval town hall.
Look at that.
The Ashigarus and Samurai, although in the backline, will they do anything at this point? I don't think so. There are just too many towers. Maybe some houses will go down, maybe some workers, but nothing too big overall.
Nah, there's a lot of towers, and there's archers chasing them. And the most they'll be able to do is kill a few workers, kill a house, kill a warehouse, and it's not even worth the weight in gold then for how much they cost.
Yes, and another pay will obviously go down. There is just too many swordsmen against those paper-like buildings. Archers keep protecting the swordsmen from any other fire. And this palace will also go down.
This is one of the ultimate combos in like Iron Age. Heavy archers with the swordsmen.
The archers protect the swordsmen from damage, and the swordsmen deal damage themselves.
Yeah, very difficult to beat that. There we go. What's going on here? We got Mongi coming over here with proxy barracks. Springald's out. Not enough archers by the looks of it. I think he's going to lose everything here. But another Chinese gone down. So they're at 5 versus 8 at the moment. We've got something coming on here, but that's not going to get anything done either. Right, where is the swords?
The swords should be coming in from the left side. However, the Chinese are in a big trouble because the right side is completely walled off and they cannot go through it. So the only way they can go through is left side, which has a lot of units. And just like I said, the mounted samurai are coming through the left. Since they cannot possibly move through the right side, it is simply just too defensive.
So more swords have been sent over by X Factor. Army's getting even bigger. Jesus, the amount of units here.
The amount of swordsmen X Factor has done is insane. That is 71 swordsmen.
And double army of archers
through
here.
This wall. It is just not possible to repair it because of the archers, and there's enough swordsmen to destroy it.
Now we do see some samurais here.
They will deal a bunch of damage, especially to those industrial workers that will hard the road.
Right, is the wall gonna go down? Is the wall gonna go down? But we do have mounted samurais in there already.
And the door
the
is
rocket
open.
cannons. Yes.
Oh, that was a smart choice. Should have done that earlier. But they are at least through.
Shoot the trees. Ignore the wall. Oh, they still need to take down the wall to get the springolds through. I mean, this is a disgusting army here. Nothing can stop this now. And we got army coming in from the right as well. He's gone. He's gone. Just a couple of left at the back. He's got his mounted samurais. He's going to have to do the last stand and to try and defend. He cannot go to the other side to do any damage. It's over. This is over.
There's just no way they can win unless the mountain samurai will somehow do a magic trick and kill every single worker.
No.
There is no chance.
Impossible. Too many towers now. Too many walls. Too many towers. And even if you did, how are you going to kill this army going into your base? You could literally just destroy all your workers now and you still win. Because the army is too good.
Only Industrial Age could do something right now, but at this point it's too late. We have X Factor in Industrial, we have Kuchi I think in Industrial, or maybe Cyber. Shashkorin. No, only Shashkorin is Industrial with X Factor. Is even Cyber in this game? I already forgot. I don't think he is.
Was Cyber?
I must have
not,
been mistaken. No, I must have been mistaken. Yes, he is not.
It wasn't the full Monty then. The full Imperial Monty.
It's not the same about Cyber. That guy... Oh, that guy can defend 1v6 on frontline for like 5 hours. However, this game is sadly over. But I do have to say that there's a big difference between two teams. When you look at the naval, Imperial team seems to just spam those boats as much as they can. Take a look at this. The Chinese don't really want to get so much naval the whole game. They just got like 5 boats per player and that's it.
Good.
We even overtook their seas. But I was taking a look at this on the early stages of the game and they didn't use that sea too much. Well, you can see that Cheese and I have gotten over 15 boats for ourselves.
There's no
so
more
did
fish left. There's no more fish
Kuchi
left.
and so did X-Fax, I think.
Probably you couldn't build a naval here. Yeah,
No,
too
but
hard.
I am pretty sure he did it up the front, right?
Yeah, there's boats here at the front. Look at how many.
Yeah,
boats
look
there.
at this.
But this is hilarious. When did Kuchi do this? Put naval all the way in the enemy lines. He loves
He
to do
probably
that.
had too much free time.
There was plenty of fish. Plenty of fish. All
But
right.
then I'm pretty sure instead of looking for fish, he was looking for a snipe from the naval side.
Yeah. So I think in the end, the Chinese team took too much damage at the beginning, even though they played pretty well. They were aggressive as well, but it took too much damage. And I think
And some bad plays took place as well. I mean, the push with the Ashigarus twice has failed. It was just totally... It was just too late. First they went full Ashigaru, Spearman upgrade into Ashigaru of course, and then Ashigaru with mounted samurai just wasting 2 armies that would have done damage somewhere else.
indeed. All right, let's get into the next game. Imperial versus. We'll see you in a minute.